Hey, how's it going, guys? Blue Tempest here, and welcome to what is quite possibly the craziest manga unboxing on my channel yet. I received 5 packages from Rightstufanime.com, which totals about 80 volumes of manga, which is just absolutely insane. Honestly, I was not expecting to get all of these volumes all at the same time. What ended up happening was a few months back, Rightstuf had a Kodansha sale, and then they had a Viz sale. So what I ultimately decided to do was to complete a lot of the ongoing series that I had started collecting, that I needed to pick up more volumes of, things that I knew I wanted to have in my collection and things I knew I wanted to collect. I had the money for it. It was also an amazing price, so you know, I kind of splurged and bought a bunch of different series that I wanted from Viz and Kodansha. Now, what I had originally intended was to get these packages periodically, because they were multiple orders that also included pre-orders. So I honestly was not expecting Rightstuf to ship all of these volumes at once, because normally they don't do partial shipping. They will wait until your entire order is in stock. But I guess they just had some free time on their hands and decided to send me everything. Either that or I was taking up a lot of space in their warehouse. But who knows? I am glad to have all of these volumes, but also I am pretty overwhelmed with the amount that I am getting today. I was planning on reading some things and maybe getting rid of some things in my collection to make more shelf space, but that kind of didn't end up happening. So I'll deal with the shelf space when I get there, but for now, let's actually unbox the manga. Let's see what we got in these packages. I'm very, very hyped to open these up. So starting off here, I have this very, very small package as compared to the 4 others, which are just absolutely massive. So I do want to start off small, and let's see what's in here. Honestly, I forgot what exactly is in which package, so we'll see what happens. I have an idea of what I'm getting in these packages, and I'm very, very excited. So let's open this one up. All right, so I have opened this little package here, and let's see, I think this one only has like 3 volumes of manga in it. All right, so we have a bundle here, and as you guys can see, we have some volumes of Dr. Stone. So yes, I decided that I was gonna get all of the volumes of Dr. Stone. So I don't think that all of them were in stock, but right here we have volume 4 and volume 6. I do already have a couple of volumes as well, so I just ordered the ones that got me up to date with the series. And yeah, I'm just super excited because Dr. Stone is a series that I actually already love with the anime, and I wanted to get into the manga because the manga is like way past where the anime leaves off. I still haven't even watched season 2 of the anime because I decided I wanted to just read the manga. So yeah, very, very excited to get some more Dr. Stone. We will see some more volumes in the other packages as well. And then another series that I picked up, this one is very controversial. I got this from the Vertical Kodansha sale, and that is A Girl on the Shore. Now, I am a huge Inyo Asano fan. I love Goodnight Pun Pun and Solanin. So I wanted to give A Girl on the Shore a shot. This is a one-shot, and it is wrapped because there are some very, very explicit scenes in this manga from what I understand. And yeah, I kind of know what I'm getting into with this one, so we'll see if I end up liking it. But I did just want to pick it up to add it to my Inyo Asano collection anyways. I pretty much have almost all of his works in English now, so yeah, this was just one that I picked up for super cheap in the sale. And then getting into the next package, which is a big boy, I am really, really interested to see what we have in here. All right, so I had some trouble opening this one up, but I finally got it open, and we got some pretty interesting pickups in here that I am excited to show you guys. First of which is something that I have been waiting months for. This was actually something that I ordered last year, and that is volumes 9 and 10 of Inuyashiki. Now, I am very excited to have this series in my collection. I am a huge fan of Gantz, and this series is from the same creator of that series. And this finishes off my set of Inuyashiki. I believe this was part of, I don't know if it was like the summer sale last year, but I'm pretty sure it was. Like, it was a long time ago that I ordered this series, and these 2 volumes were out of stock for a really long time. So I'm really glad that they're back in stock, and I can't wait to read this series. I think it's going to be a pretty fast read just because I fly through those Gantz omnibuses. So yeah, really happy to have Inuyashiki in the collection. All right, so I also right here have some volumes of Land of the Lustrous. Now, this is another series that I did pick up. I got the entire set of this, and it's a similar case to Dr. Stone. I watched the anime, absolutely love it. I already have a few volumes of the manga, so I just got the rest of it to finish off my set, and this is one that I've been dying to read. Actually, this series was on hiatus for like a year or 2, and it finally came back out of hiatus, so this is a perfect time for me to catch up on the manga. And yeah, we will see some more volumes of this. But right here, I believe, if I haven't said it already, this is volumes 9 and 10. And then the next series that I got was all of the rest of Witch Hat Atelier. Now, I did read volume 1 of the series, absolutely loved it. So I knew it was enough for me to want to get the rest of the volumes, which I believe this is the most recent volume right here, volume 8, so it's not too terribly long of a series. So I'm glad I was able to get the rest of the volumes on sale, and yeah, I can't wait to continue the series. It's right up my alley with all of the fantasy elements and some amazing art and covers. As you can see, this is volume 6 and volume 8. We will see more volumes in the other packages. And I've got to say, so far I have not really encountered any damaged volumes, which is a plus because I've been kind of skeptical with Rightstuf as of late. But so far so good. We'll see what happens. But right here we have some volumes of Real by Takehiko Inoue. Now, this is a very highly praised series in the community. It is by the same creator of Slam Dunk and Vagabond, so if that says anything, this is a really interesting series to me. Now, this is about wheelchair basketball, and I heard it's more about the characters in this one than the actual sport itself. And I'm just really excited to collect this. Now, this is one I don't think I'm going to be reading anytime soon because I'm going to collect it slowly as the volumes come back into stock. But these were ones that were in stock, so I went ahead and picked them up because I knew I wanted to collect the series. So here we have volume 6, volume 7, as well as volume 15, which I believe this is the most recent volume of the series. All right, so next up in this package, we have an entire series pretty much. Now, it's not in order, but I'll show you guys how it looks like in the package. And this is one that I have not started reading. I just have heard great things about, and I knew I wanted to collect. So I decided to just get the entire series. And that is Grand Blue Dreaming. As you guys can see here, this is pretty much all of the volumes. I don't know if they're in order, but I'll show you guys the covers for these. Now, this is a very highly praised comedy manga. Slice of life, romance. I think this is going to be really up my alley. It's about a college group of friends who are into scuba diving, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, there's just a bunch of hilarious shenanigans. Lots of bros just being bros in this manga from what I've heard. And yeah, I'm just really happy to have started collecting Grand Blue Dreaming. Now, I believe these are all of the volumes that are out as of now, and this series as well was on hiatus and recently got announced that it was gonna come back out of hiatus. So another series that I am glad to be getting into as the hiatus ends. So I'm just really glad, like I said, to get into this series. So I'm just showing the volumes here in order. Here we have volume 7, volume 8, volume 9, volume 10, volume 11, volume 12, volume 13. And here we have volume 14 and 15, which is the most recent volume of the series to come out. And yeah, that pretty much does it for the first big package out of 4. Man, this is already a ton of manga, but like I said, none of this has been damaged so far, so I'm really glad about that. We'll see what happens with the rest of the packages. All right, so here we have the next big package. I'm really interested to see what's in this one. We'll see. And ooh, looks like we got some hardcovers here. I am really hyped about. So yeah, let's see what we got. First up, we have Message to Adolf in these hardcovers from Vertical. Now this was part of the Vertical sale, and this, from what I can see, is in great condition. I'm actually really happy with how the condition of this looks, because yeah, I was pretty worried about these, because I know that these are known to get kind of banged up, but yeah, both of these hardcovers are in immaculate condition, which is awesome. Yeah, this is from Osamu Tezuka, which if you guys have been seeing some of my hauls lately, you'll know that I've been collecting a lot of his stuff. And this was one of the series that everybody has been recommending to me, saying that this is one of his best series of all time. So I am just beyond hyped to read this and actually see what the hype is about with this series. But yeah, Message to Adolf, these are some beautiful hardcovers, very vibrant colors, as you can see. Love the spines on these as well. And yeah, just a quality release. Glad that they came in great condition. And then next up, we have another series that is all hardcovers. Now, granted, this is one that I have not actually read at all. I do have 3 of the volumes, and I have watched a little bit of the anime, but not enough for me to actually, remember everything that was going on. And that is Vinland Saga. Now, yes, this is a very praised series in the community. So when Kodansha announced that sale, I knew that I had to pick this series up. I was actually specifically waiting for a sale to actually pick up all of the volumes of this, because I want to binge this series. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, so I think I'm gonna actually really enjoy it. Now, this is one that is released in these beautiful hardcovers, as you can see. This is a historical seinen manga, so lots of action and gore, and is set in the world of Vikings. So I am just really excited to actually see what the hype is about with the series. As you can see, that is book 5. And then I think we have, yeah, here is the 6th volume of the hardcovers. And yeah, like really happy with the way these came in, and just the condition and everything. Everything came in, like I said, great condition. So right here is the 7th volume, and then I have volume 8 right here, and then we have volume 9. Now, I believe this isn't all of the volumes of Vinland Saga, so I am expecting there to be more in the other packages, but for this package, we just have one more volume to show you guys, and it's one that I am genuinely really excited about. And yeah, this is such a beautiful hardcover, guys. This is a silent voice in the collector's edition. Yes. Now, this is going to be a 2-volume hardcover re-release of this series, and man, the quality is just immaculate. There's some colored pages, and just the page quality and everything is just so nice in this release. Man, I wanted to read this series for a while, and once I found out that they were doing these hardcovers, I knew I was going to wait for these. Now, I think I'm going to wait for the second one before I actually start reading the series, as I want to binge it all in one go. But from what I've heard from other creators in the community, and just some of my personal friends and everything that have read this is definitely going to be something that is up my alley and that I'm really going to enjoy. Like I said, this is one of the most highly rated manga series in the community, and these hardcover editions are just absolutely gorgeous, like I said. So very glad to have picked this one up. I also did make an order with the second of the collector's editions, so I'll get that eventually once that comes out. But yeah, really happy about this. All right, so on to the third package here. Let's see what we have. Oh, and all right, yep, we have the rest of the Vinland Saga volumes. So right here is volume 4, and then we have some of the later volumes that weren't in the other package. So volume 10 and then volume 11, and I believe this next one is the most recent volume, and that is volume 12, with volume 13 coming out later this fall, I believe, or winter. Not 100% sure, but yeah, really glad to have all of Vinland Saga complete. And then another series that I honestly almost forgot about, but then now that I see it in this package, I'm just really hyped about. And it is one that I actually did a 3-volume rule video on, and I absolutely loved what I read of it. I actually have volume 4 as well, but I went ahead and got the rest of the volumes for Beastars. So yes, this is a series that I've been wanting to collect for a while now, and this was one that I knew that I wanted to get all of the volumes of, and I wanted to pick this up during a sale. That was volume 6. I'll actually show you volume 5 right here. But yeah, just really glad I was able to pick these up during a Rightstuf sale. All of these are in great condition as well. So yeah, this haul so far has been pretty great, honestly. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself, because we do have one more package after this one to unbox. But right here, like I said, I'm just showing all of the volumes of Beastars, and this is an ongoing series in the English editions, but this is finished in Japan. I believe it has like 22 or 23 volumes if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, just really glad to have caught up with this series in the physicals in English, because yeah, I just really did love what I read of it. Just a really good slice of life drama series. If you're turned off by the animal characters, honestly, I would still say give it a shot, because this is just such a well-written story that I have just really enjoyed. So I know that the anime is also popular for this. I did watch like the first episode a while back, and yeah, really glad to have all of Beastars. I believe that this is the most recent volume as well. So yeah, let's move on to the final package, shall we? All right, so the final package is open, as you guys can see, and you know, let me actually reveal to you guys what's in here live. So I'm gonna take this off, and boom, man, look at all of that manga. I don't know where I'm gonna put all of this. As you guys can see, we have the rest of Dr. Stone, Witch Hat Atelier, and Land of the Lustrous. So I already talked about these 3 series, so let me just show you guys the covers for these. Yeah, like I said, Dr. Stone, really exciting stuff. I'm glad to have picked up all of the volumes. Now, I believe there was one volume that still wasn't in stock. I think it was volume 8 maybe, I don't know. But one of the volumes I didn't get, and I did pre-order some of the volumes that are going to be coming out in the next few months. So I'll be getting those in from Rightstuf at some point. But yeah, Dr. Stone, just really hyped to have this series. I don't know if I want to immediately start reading this, because this series actually ended in the Shonen Jump magazine earlier this year, so we should be getting the final volume at some point in the near future. Maybe towards the end of this year, or maybe next year we'll get the final volume of this series. But yeah, just really exciting stuff. Heard nothing but amazing things about this series, and I honestly haven't heard too much negative stuff with how the series ended as well. Obviously don't spoil me on what happens, because I honestly only really know about the stuff that happens in the first season of the anime. But yeah, just really glad to have the rest of Dr. Stone in my collection. And then also we have the rest of Witch Hat Atelier. So right here we have volume 2 of the series. If I didn't say before, I'll say it again, the covers for the series are absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, this series honestly has some of the best paneling that I have ever seen in manga. And I don't know if I'm even showing these volumes in order or not, but this is a huge haul, so it's honestly hard to keep track of everything. But yeah, that is all of Witch Hat Atelier. And then right here we have the rest of Land of the Lustrous, which I did mention before. Really glad to have this series up to date in my collection, and I think all of these volumes are in great condition. I don't think I received any like crazy damaged volumes. Now that I say that, I do notice that there is a little bit of damage on this volume 5 here in the corner, if you guys can see that, but that is the least of my worries. If that is the worst damage that I got in this haul, that's a W in my eyes, because yeah, I've gotten some pretty heavily damaged volumes from Rightstuf before, so I'm glad that they've kind of upped the quality. I don't know if it's Rightstuf themselves or if it's the publishers, but who knows. But yeah, this is volume 11, the most recent volume of Land of the Lustrous, and with that completes this manga unboxing. That was crazy, but if you guys did enjoy the unboxing, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, make sure to follow me on social media. The links to my Instagram and Twitter are gonna be down in the description. And with that, guys, that does it for this unboxing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Here is the aftermath. Man, do I have some reorganizing to do.